You think Dana Terrace lost her edge after the Owl House ended? Well, I'm here to tell you that no. No, she did not. Hey guys, this is Behind the Mic with Jalen, and I'm here to give you my review for the pilot of Knights of Guinevere. This is gonna have some spoilers in the video, so if you don't want to be spoiled, I suggest you turn this off and go watch the pilot. It's out right now. Knights of Guinevere is Glitch's newest show, but also their first 2D animated one at that. Created by Dana Terrace, who is the one behind The Owl House, along with the show writers John Bailey Owen and Zach Marcus, have returned to scare the ever-loving crap out of us. Only this time, it's uncensored. And they're allowed to curse, too. Knights of Guinevere has been everybody's most anticipated new indie project to come out, mainly because the aforementioned fact that Dana Terrace has returned to work on something after the Owl House ended. And people were very excited because Dana Terrace is known for her dark themes and horror-esque art that she's known for, something that we've seen on her Patreon or on Twitter. And the fact that this is aimed toward adults allows us to see what Dana Terrace can do when she is not in the shackles of Disney. Set in a futuristic world where the sky is an opulent theme park named Park Planet, and the surface is a grimy capitalist nightmare, two friends and employees by the name of Andy and Frankie, played magnificently by Zelda Con Black and Michelle Laws, had their worlds turned upside down when they found the park's mascot, Guinevere, and with it, the secret she holds. Already off the bat, this show interests me because of the animation, the story behind it, the characters, where it's gonna go. Let's start with the animation. Now, I'm not an animation nut. I love it and I love talking about it, but when it comes to being an animation expert, I'm not the person for that. There are plenty of other people on here who knows better than I do, who can speak from it, and I'm trying to do better at it, so that's for what it's worth. But I'm just gonna say it. This is beautiful. How the characters look and express is nothing short of breathtaking. As someone who has followed Dana Terrace's art on Twitter, especially during the Owl House era when it was coming back and she did these countdowns and the art style along with the color palette and how round and cute, but at the same time it has that dark feel to it. This is exactly what it looks like when Dana Terrace's art is moving. With the art style blend with a very cute look with different but character designs that blends well with the setting, you're just going to have a good time and you're just going to have to stop and pause to see a lot of the frames, and how the characters move and interact. My personal favorite is how Andy moves whenever she is in a frantic or panic state. She is just so tired, and you just love how her character moves. I'm a huge fan of character movement. And speaking of the setting, this does have a very arcane like to it. You know how how people who live up in the surface are living like kings. They're rich. They don't have to worry about anything. Where the people in the surface are basically living their worst lives, where everything is a dystopian future, where things are just bad for them, especially for the people who work at the park. People who are treated like trash. They're treated like they're sellouts because they work at the park, even though they are not even getting paid that much as something Andy spoke up about. Honestly, how Andy and the rest of the people who work at the park are treated, this feels kind of like a commentary on the whole thing where people who work at these corporate amusement parks are treated like sellouts because they work at corporate these corporate amusement parks, you know? Even though most of the time they're not really having fun, they're just there to make ends meet. That's what Andy is. She's a character who doesn't have any love for the park. And that's what I really like about her. Also, we're talking about characters right now. Andy is probably my favorite of the duo because I can identify with her. She's somebody who is tired. She is trying to just survive. And she's put in a tough situation where, like I said, people are looking down on her for being part of the park, even though she doesn't like it one bit. She even flips off a Guinevere mascot statue. That already made me fall in love with her. And let's also talk about Frankie. Frankie, my big, beautiful Frankie. She's lovable. She's also somebody we can also identify with. Despite being the fun, rowdy one, she has her depth as well. She wants to work at the park because she loves it. She loves Guinevere. It all harkens back to when they first met at that amusement park when they were trying to get in one of those claw machines. And she wants to work at the park despite the fact that she'll be seen as a sellout, mainly because she wants to be with her best friend. And with Frankie, we also get some hints that she may not be right in the head, in a sense, because whenever that she's alone, she talks to these animals. But then when Andy comes home, they're not alive, you know? And what the commercial she was watching was also static, so we don't know what's going on with Frankie, but frankly, I cannot wait to see more of her character. I love both her and Andy. They're both just a duo that I want to see them succeed. I'm also worried about Andy too because I think she got affected by that thing. Also, Olivia is a interesting one as well because she seems to be experiencing some sort of trauma. Maybe something happened to her at a young age that it's something her dad kind of confirmed about. She was emotionless and seemed to be more mature as a kid, but then after losing Guinevere and then we see her in her old age, she has more emotions. She's emotional. She wants her Guinevere back. So it's likely that she's going to be the main antagonist, and I think we're going to see more of her backstory. What happened to her? How did she get this trauma? And I'm really excited about that. And there's also Guinevere as well, because I cannot wait to see more of her character, because she is like a deconstruction of Disney princesses in a way. But also, speaking of that, a lot of people have said that, I mean, yeah, it's likely true. Dana Terrace does have a lot of grievances with Disney, and rightfully so. Rightfully so, because they treated her like crap. Like, they really had the audacity to cut short the Owl House, despite the fact it was one of the best shows on the channel, and it was doing great too. It had a fan base. The fan base grew after the Enchanting Grom in season 1, and people were really excited when season 2 happened. And then when they found out that season 3 was going to be three specials, people were baffled by that. And in season 2, we get to see a lot of pot shots at Disney. You guys know what I mean. There is a lot of pot shots at Disney. And Dana herself has gone on record to say that she probably won't miss working at Disney. Now, she had a good time with the Owl House, But you can tell from this that there is a lot that she has to say about Disney. But at the same time, though, it doesn't overshadow the show. And there's not really that much of it. Because she did say that even though that she is mad at Disney, most of this show is inspired by a lot of the 20th century Disney films that people grew up on. And I do like that because despite the grievances she had with Disney, them cutting her short, there's still a bit of love in there, you know? Like, I still love Disney despite the fact what they do. I love their old movies. My favorite movie from the 21st century were Tarzan, and I love Pinocchio. Pinocchio was my favorite movie. But again, I'm getting a little off topic, but yeah, I think that's all I have for now. I'm really excited for this show, and I'm excited to see what Dana Terrace, John Bailey Owen, and Zach Marcus. Yes, guys, it's not just Dana Terrace. There are two other people who work on the show, and they're the reasons why the Owl House was great as it was. There's a lot of people who made the Owl House great as it was. So let's not just say Dana Terrace is just the sole creator of this show, because it's not. And I'm really excited to see where this goes. Along with the Gaslight District. That is another pilot that I'm really excited to have a full-blown show about. So be sure to like and subscribe. Go watch The Knights of Guinevere. It's really good. It's great even. And I can't wait to see where this story goes. Catch you later, guys.